South, he says, where the number of new cases have been going up in recent years. This afternoon, he will lead a free community event in the Grove with speakers including Olympian Greg Buchanan.
So we invite the community, come one, come all, bring friends. It's what San Francisco is about.
In Golden Gate Park, Megan Goldstein, KCBS.
For the first time in history, there are now 5 generations in the workforce. KCBS's Marty Schaefer reports improving communication skills can go a long way toward creating a productive and congenial workplace.
Differences exist across many dimensions such as race, gender, ethnicity, and increasingly age in the workplace. Labels are best avoided. Millennials aren't lazy and boomers aren't clueless.
We know from some beliefs we must have a common language in how we communicate to reach our goals.
Edward Beltran is with the leadership training company Sears. Reasons for top workplace stressors include dealing with difficult people and politics in the workplace.
I'm sure everyone on who's listening can identify with walking away from a situation and saying, why did I say this, or what did that mean, or having feelings of stress. The key, however, is to empower the individual to have the skills to get those in on.
When upset, he says, it's constructive to focus on observable behavior and ask to speak further about it. Marty Schaefer, KCBS.
Former San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo has taken the first step toward running for Congresswoman Anna Eshoo. Liccardo has filed the paperwork to run, although he's not actually said whether he's running. He does say in a statement that he's taking steps to explore a winning race for Congress and will make a final decision before the deadline. In the days since Eshoo announced her retirement from the 16th Congressional District, the race to fill her seat has been heating up. Santa Clara County Supervisor Joe Civilian made his intentions official on Wednesday. Assemblymember Evan Lowe of Cupertino and State Senator Josh Becker also expected to run. Former Saratoga City Council member Rishi Kumar has already announced plans to run. Attorneys for the man charged with killing tech entrepreneur Bob Lee in San Francisco in April are pushing for a change of venue ahead of a trial. KCBS's Mike DeWall reports.
The attorneys for Nima Momeni contend their client can't get a fair trial in the tech-heavy city of San Francisco.
Bob Lee is a local luminary in the tech industry. That's what San Francisco is.
As attorney Tom Zongane also filed a motion to get Momeni's vehicle back. Particularly at issue, photos of Momeni in jail, visibly smiling and posing for a freelance photographer. When photos appeared in local media.
In my 25 years and Brad's 27 years, I've never seen anything like this. And it has unfortunately taken a extremely negative position on where this case is going.
Zongane claims neither Momeni nor the defense agreed to the photos.
What they did was disgusting. What they did was illegal. What they did was civilly responsible. And someone is going to be held responsible. There will be a reckoning.
A judge will decide on the change of venue next month. The trial is tentatively set for March. At the Hall of Justice in San Francisco, Mike DeWall, KCBS.
Coming up on KCBS.
This is Matt Bigler. The U.S. Postal Service is hiring thousands of seasonal workers to help with the holiday mail crush.
KCBS News Time 12:45. It's time for the sports line. The Warriors held off the Clippers 120 to 114 last night. Klay Thompson scored third straight and finished with 20 points. Curry had 26 points. Both teams meet again on Saturday in L.A. Hockey, the San Jose Sharks fell 3-0 to the Bruins last night in Boston. For more sports, here's Matt Pittman.
All the hype and buzz over this Sunday's rematch of last year's NFC Championship game between the 49ers and Eagles could bring out all the nasty trash talk and taunts from players. And while there's been some pretty mild back and forth, 49ers linebacker Fred Warner says they'll do their talking on the field.
Is that going to help you focusing on those things going into the game? Not at all. You got to focus on playing smart football and execute at a high level. Not going to somebody's house who's attending one football team, one of the best teams in the league, and get a win.
On the Eagles side, they're saying the same thing, says the Eagles' Brandon Graham.
It's going to be one of those games where don't let the emotions get the best of you. Make sure we execute
taught me an important lesson. She said, Brian, you are what you can't let go of.
What did she mean?
She was saying that the things you cling to define you.
What did you do?
I got rid of a bunch of junk, and it felt good.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
When we worked our magic, you'll feel as light as a feather,
As free as a bird.
as happy as a puppy.
And you'll feel it when you walk.
So we make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Join us in Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together millions of things for our planet. Make recycling part of your holiday season. If you get a new computer, tablet, or cell phone this year, recycle your old one by selling it or donating it to charity. Otherwise, dispose of it at a proper e-waste facility. Recycle your Christmas tree by turning it into wood chips and mulch. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
First for traffic on KCBS, we'll check your 6-day forecast coming up, but first, Frank has the very latest from the traffic center.
Well, and we are still looking at the major problem around the Bay Area, and that's the complete shutdown of westbound 80 in Crockett. A crash involving two semi-trucks and an overturned box truck, and that box truck leaked some 2 gallons of fuel, and as a result, we still have all lanes completely shut down. All traffic is being taken off onto Cummings Skyway. You can make a left on San Pablo Avenue, and then another left on Willow Avenue, and that eventually gets you back on westbound 80, but we have the delay, which still extends in terms of stop-and-go traffic to the Carkeepers Bridge. Problem in Oakland, this is a crash involving an overturned car blocking at least one lane of southbound 880 just past High Street. Unclear at this point as to which lane is blocked. We do know one lane is blocked by that crash. The CHP is now on the scene. Indications that is in fact blocking 2 white lanes. Well, you can get traffic information 24/7, including updates on that Crockett incident on X at KCBS AM FM Traffic. Your next update at 12:58 on the traffic leader KCBS.
The KCBS 6-day forecast, partly cloudy skies overnight. We are going to see some sunshine later this morning, but then we'll see clouds and a slight chance of rain in the afternoon and evening. Temperatures will be slightly above average today, mostly in the mid-60s. Cloudy conditions for the weekend and into next week with a slight chance of rain. We are going to see some sunshine on Sunday and Monday. Expect lows to be in the mid-50s to low 60s, lows in the low 40s. Right now in Santa Rosa, it is 45 degrees, 46 in Napa, 51 in Concord, 51 in Oakland. It's 54 in San Francisco, 46 in Livermore, 52 in Redwood City, and San Jose checks in right now with 51 degrees. Traffic and weather together on the 8th of August, 1069 and AM 740. KCBS. Corey Smith is at the KCBS Editor's Desk. The warning sign is at the post office. As KCBS extensively reports, the Postal Service is hiring thousands of employees to help with the seasonal mail rush.
The volume of mail roughly doubles during the holidays. Last season, the USPS delivered over 11 million packages, and spokesperson Miko Patton says that's why they're hiring some 10,000 temporary employees nationwide.
We are always hiring, so you can go to our website, usps.com/careers, and this is a really good career.
She says there are plenty of opportunities for advancement. For example, Harminder Singh Hundal started off as a postal carrier. Now he's the postmaster at the Livermore office.
I'm here for 29 years. I really love it. I have done a lot from this job. I put my wife in school. I put my 2 kids, both are engineers.
In Livermore, Matt Nicholas, KCBS.
San Francisco-based ferry is already considered the cleanest ferry network in the country. But as KCBS's David Wells reports, after a major grant from the Federal Department of Transportation, it's on the way to becoming even cleaner.
In the global competition known as the greenest and fastest ferry network, it's all about going electric. It's been San Francisco Bay Ferry's North Star, and the thing they hope that puts them over the
trying to stay on the cutting edge.
Ferguson scored a major cash infusion, allowing them to do just that. The holidays came early this year in the form of an FDA grant.
16 million of that adds up to 117 million that we've raised to implement our first phase of electrifying the ferry system.
Golden Gate Ferry, which services Sausalito, also received grants, and both networks plan to start building electric boats early next year. Step 2 involves outfitting their terminals for charging stations. That should happen over the next few years. Ultimately, the victory lap.
That's the best, fastest electric ferries in the world.
In San Francisco, David Welch, KCBS.
Gas prices in the U.S. have fallen for 10 straight weeks. Here in California, we are seeing more comfortable numbers than we did in October. KCBS's Shannon Golden tells us about news from Austria that could bring price hikes to the Bay Area.
In a meeting in Vienna today, OPEC+ oil ministers moved to voluntarily cut 2 million barrels per day for the first quarter of next year. As a result, oil prices globally fell more than 2%. But Phil Flynn, senior energy analyst at Price Futures Group, says it might not last long.
I don't want to be the Grinch that stole Christmas, but I'm afraid gas prices are going to creep up.
Flynn says we're likely to see an impact by year's end, with anywhere between 50 cents to $1 a gallon more in the Bay Area.
When you see the price of crude oil go up, California is one of the states that feels it the most.
California resident Mary Herrera says she noticed the dip in the last few weeks, but still feels the state's average of $4.90 a gallon is too much. Driving just to get to the market, back and forth every day. It needs to get lowered. Experts are concerned that too much crude oil in the market in an already weakened global economy could weigh on demand for oil in travel and industry sectors. In San Francisco, I'm Shannon Golden, KCBS.
San Francisco police have arrested 17 people on charges of shoplifting from the same store on Mission Street. It's part of a crackdown on retail theft at the store because police say it's a prime target for shoplifters. The Chronicle reports the suspects were all from California, from San Francisco and the East Bay to as far away as South Lake Tahoe. Recent figures from the Council on Criminal Justice show retail theft declined by 35% in San Francisco during the first half of this year as compared to the same period last year. Police say they plan to continue their crackdown at other stores in the city. It's time now to check financial news.
November will be a tough act to follow for Wall Street. The S&P 500 gained 9%. Biggest monthly gain since July 2022, taking it to within 5% of its all-time high. The Dow begins December at a new high for the year and its best level in nearly 2 years. Interest rates north of 5% continue to drive cash into money market funds. An industry group says $73 billion flowed into the funds during the weekend and Wednesday. The fund's total assets set a new record, topping $5.8 trillion. Money funds have been quicker than banks to pass along the benefits of higher interest rates. As household budgets tighten, people are spending more carefully on themselves. Ulta Beauty reports that customers spent less each time they shopped at its stores last quarter, and combined with higher costs, that meant a smaller profit, though a bigger one than forecast. Larry Kofsky, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products, and we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, go to Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've heard it said, he's a diamond in the rough. Or maybe diamonds are forever. Here's something else I've learned about diamonds. They're just pieces of coal put under pressure for a long, long, long time. So when I start feeling like I want to give up, I think about that little piece of coal. And if that piece of coal can make something of itself by not giving up, so can I. Persistence is key. From PassItOn.com. You've heard it said, he's a diamond in the rough. Or maybe diamonds are forever. Here's something else I've learned about diamonds. They're just pieces of coal put under pressure for a long, long, long time. So when I start feeling like I want to give up, I think about that little piece of coal. And if that piece of coal can make something of itself by not giving up, so can I. Persistence is key. From
an educator, Mr. Nelson's teachings are still being quoted in schools.
Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world.
Mr. Nelson taught hope.
Everyone can rise above their circumstances if they are dedicated and passionate.
And giving our best effort.
It's always impossible until it's done.
Mr. Nelson Mandela's teachings not only united a nation, they inspire us today. Inspiration. Pass it on. PassItOn.com.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Let's get a final check of traffic this hour from Frank Munich.
Well, we are still tracking this major problem on the Upper East Shore in Crockett, westbound 80. Just past Cummings Skyway, we have a crash involving 3 trucks, one of which overturned and spilled some 2 gallons of oil onto the roadway. So that is why we have all lanes shut down, and the cleanup is taking as long as it has. That accident happened shortly after 10:15 last night. All traffic is still being taken off onto Cummings Skyway. You can get onto San Pablo Avenue from Cummings Skyway. It's a left turn, and then you make another left turn onto Willow Avenue to get back onto westbound 80, but that really remains a major headache. And a 2-car crash reported blocking the 2 right lanes south 880 just before Hagenberger Road in Oakland. Your next update at 1:08 on the traffic leader KCBS.
Partly cloudy skies this morning. We are going to see sunshine later today. Clouds and a slight chance of rain in the afternoon and evening. Highs today mostly in the mid-60s. We've got traffic and weather together on KCBS. It is Friday, December 1st, 2023. Coming up on KCBS.
I'm David Welch in San Francisco, where the city's a week into a 3-month ban on street vending in the Mission.
I'm Chris San Carlo in Antioch, where the city is looking to its best self to move forward amid a scandal in the police department.
And fighting resumes between Israel and Hamas after Israel says Hamas violated a truce with a rocket attack. Good morning, I'm Brian Noble. CBS News covers the world. Next.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
It's 1 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Christopher Cruz. The 7-day truce between Israel and Hamas is now over. Details from the BBC's Ann Foster in southern Israel with a view into Gaza.
As 7 o'clock ticked by, there were sirens, red alert sirens here in Sderot, actually, as a rocket was fired from Gaza. And then, of course, Israel resumed its military operations. We saw a statement from the Israel Defense Forces where they said Hamas had violated the ceasefire in Gaza. They were responding. And we find ourselves back in a position that we were 8 days ago with this ground operation back and forth. I know that talks are still happening. There is still hope that even though fighting has resumed, that there might perhaps be a way to pause it again and release more hostages.
A Palestinian student who was shot along with 2 Palestinian friends over the Thanksgiving weekend in Vermont is talking about the incident and the painful road to recovery with CBS's Errol Barnett.
I was speaking kind of like Arabic, so a mix of Arabic and English. He, without hesitation, just went down the stairs, pulled out a firearm, pistol, and started shooting.
Kenan Abdul Hamid says he ran for his life, fearing his childhood friends might be dead.
First shot went, I believe, 13th step, and I heard the thud on the ground and he started screaming. And while I was running, I heard the second pistol shot, Sham, and I heard his thud on the ground.
You can see the interview on CBS Mornings. There's been an outbreak of pediatric pneumonia cases in Ohio. Doctors say the so-called white lung syndrome is